Hi, it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 11th update for Pan Interrupted. This is the supernatural themed project Pan that was created by Jessica and Amanda in 2018. I am almost at the 1 year mark of doing it myself. You take each of the episodes of the TV show Supernatural, and however you so choose, you take something to link with that episode. I am working on 6 episodes at a time. I am still in season 1, but I have made some progress, so we're gonna go through what has been in here the longest first. The episode that has been in here the longest is season 1, episode 11, and that is called Scarecrow. Sam and Dean contact their father, who tells them to stop searching for him and sends them to a small town in Indiana where people are being sacrificed to a pagan god. This pagan god looked like a scarecrow, hence the name of the episode, and it was the scarecrow in an apple orchard. So I picked an apple item. This is the Ulta Beauty lip balm stain in the shade Apple. It also smells like apple. It's this interesting orangey browny reddish color, so I'm not wearing it right now. But depending on what I wear with it, it might look more orange or red or brown, which is really neat that it's chameleon-y in that way, but it is warm toned, which is not my usual sort of thing. It is, however, in season. At the last update, I had 13 uses on this. My goal was 15 for each of the 15 seasons of the show, and I have gotten the last 2, so this is now rolling out. I do like this product. It has some decent staying power. It doesn't really taste like apple, it just smells like it, and I do like it, and I'm going to be keeping it. You really can't tell that I used it 15 times, but I did, I promise. I met goal on episode 12 a while ago, so we're just going to go to episode 13, which is Route 666. Dean's first love asks him to come to Mississippi to investigate a string of racially motivated murders. The murderer in this case was a racist ghost. He had been very attached to his truck in life, and in death he appeared as a ghost truck and was running down his victims. I picked an item that I use in my car, and that would be a sunscreen. My car, Mariah, is a convertible, so when the weather is nice, I need sunscreen in order to hang out with her. This is the Ulta Beauty Continuous Sunscreen Mist in SPF 30. I'm trying to finish this. It is an aerosol can, so I have no idea how much is left in here. I can't shake it to find out. It does feel very light, but it is not gone. It's in here until it's done. It is getting cooler, so I'm using less of it. And unfortunately, I didn't really need it today because it was really, really windy. And as much as I wanted to take my dog for a walk, it's a real pain to walk him when it's windy because, one, he has long fur and the leaves end up all in his fur, and he's very slow when it's windy. He likes to face into the wind. It carries a lot of fun scents. And so he's just very difficult to walk between the chasing leaves and everything stuck in his fur, so I usually just don't. Anyway, long story long, this is still in the project until I manage to finish it, and I don't know when that'll be. Next is, of course, episode 14, which is called Nightmare. Sam's precognitive dream leads the brothers to investigate a mysterious death which seems to connect to a boy in possession of the power of telekinesis. Sam is having these nightmares that tell him the future, or sometimes the present, but somewhere else. But I decided to pick an item that I might be wearing if I had a nightmare, so something that I would wear to bed. I didn't have any nightmares in the last month, but this is a lip balm that I got at a spa with a massage. And since it is potted, I like keeping it by my bedside table to use at night because I want to know that my fingers are clean when I stick them in there. I've used this a total of 59 times in the project. I still haven't hit jar, not that you can really tell because the white on white doesn't really show. There is a very large dip. It's in here till it's in here. This is starting to get harder to use. This was easier to use in the summer when it's warmer in my bedroom and therefore a bit more malleable, but now that it's cooler again, it's stiffer and harder to use, but I'm still using it anyway. Next is episode 15, which is called The Benders. Dean and Sam learn that the kidnappers they seek are not supernatural, but humans using their captives as human prey for a twisted hunting expedition. These hunting expeditions are for sport, but also food, and while that is not something that I consider food, I decided to bring in something that I do consider to be food-ish related. This is the Maybelline Shiny-licious Lip Gloss in the shade Berry Bella. I think berries are food. I have a goal of finishing this, and I knew it would take a while. I've only used it 3 times in the last month. I previously had 8 uses, and now I have 11. It's still here. I really want it gone because it's really, really old, but it still works fine. It doesn't have a smell or anything like that, so it's still here too. Episode 16 is called Shadow. When the brothers pursue Meg, a woman responsible for a mysterious murder, she unleashes shadow spirits on them and sets a trap for their father. I decided to do the obvious thing, and since there are killer shadows and the episode is called Shadow, I brought in an eyeshadow. This is my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette. This is the shade Bungalow, that brown there with a ton of pan. My goal was to use it 15 times for the 15 seasons. At the last update, I had 8 uses, and I did get the other 7, so I am now at my 15 uses. This is a goal met. It is rolling out. I am going to be repressing that shade because at this point it is kind of harder to use. I do usually use a fluffier brush and put that in my crease, and that is hard now, so I'm going to make it easier by bringing it all to the center. But it's a decent average brown shade. There's nothing amazing about it. There's nothing bad about it. I had no problems using it, and someday I will finish it, but not in this project. I had already met goal on episode 17, and last time I brought in episode 18, which is called Something Wicked. Dean gets a second chance to right a wrong from his past when the brothers get a mysterious tip from their father about a case they'd worked years ago. So since Dean's getting his second chance at something that he didn't manage to defeat last time he faced it, I'm doing the same thing. My very first panning project that I ever participated in, I didn't film it, but it was Paranormal Pantivity, which was created by Andrea of Pretty as a Peacock for the Fantastic Ladies, and it is themed around urban legends. That fits very well within the theme of supernatural, and I picked a prompt from that project that I did not get the chance to work on, and I picked Vanishing Hitchhiker, which is something that disappears quickly. So for my Vanishing Hitchhiker that I am facing instead of the Striga that Dean's after, I picked this Milk and Honey bath soak. This is a set of 6 bath soaks that you would add to your bath. They're lavender and eucalyptus. They do smell nice. I've used 2 of them, so I have 4 of the 6 left, and so that's probably going to take me another 2 months. I hope this would be a 2-month thing. It's going to be a 3-month thing probably, but I do like them, and I will finish them off. So since I got my uses on both Scarecrow and Shadow, I will be rolling in the next 2 episodes from Season 1. Episode 19 is called Provenance. Sam and Dean must deal with a dangerous spirit bound to an old family portrait that brings misfortune and death to anyone who buys it. I learned through watching this episode when I saw this series for the first time that a provenance is essentially a painting's pedigree. It should be able to trace the ownership of the artwork back to the artist through all of the owners that it's ever had. So, bit of trivia there, but since this is about a family portrait that is haunted, I decided to pick something with a family portrait on it. This is my Lilo & Stitch Ohana palette, and I'm calling that a family portrait because Lilo and Stitch are in fact family, or more precisely Ohana, but I'm counting it. So in here is the shade Aloha. It is kind of an indigo matte, and I will be using that 15 times for the 15 seasons for this project for Provenance. And the next episode is episode 20, which is called Dead Man's Blood. To obtain a mystic gun capable of destroying the demon that killed their mother, Sam and Dean must team up with their father and face off against vampires. So this Colt, the mystic gun, has also special rounds that can kill any type of creature, even a demon, which is why they really want it, to go after the yellow-eyed demon that killed their mother. The item I'm bringing in is discontinued, so kind of like those special rounds that only have a limited number of them, there is only a limited number of this product left because you can't get it anymore. It's not being made, just like Colt's special bullets. Also, as we've said, they're going after vampires who have obtained this, and vampires are nocturnal. They party all night long, and so this is my Urban Decay all-nighter, and so this is the discontinued formula, and vampires stay up all night. My goal is going to be to finish this. It is not completely full. I should mark this. Alright, this has a little bit more in it than I thought it did. Oh well, my goal's still going to be to finish it, so there I am right now. We'll see how long that takes me. For next time, I think my best odds are I really, really, really want to finish this sunscreen. I don't like it. It is actually technically expired, though I've never burned while wearing it, so it does still seem to be working. And so this is still here. I don't know how much is in here, but it is very, very light, and I want to get outside enough, and hopefully it'll be warm enough that I will need this. Wish me luck, good luck with your projects, and I will see you next month. Bye.